I took this picture a few days ago. It's a morning glory growing in this impossible spot between the cracks of bricks in the sand on our porch. But it perfectly describes what I want to talk about today, and that's life finds a way. Thank you, Jurassic Park. Hey everyone, it's Hirsch Wilson, and today is October 1st, 2021. A few decades ago, I was living in Winnipeg, Canada. It was February, it was bleak, it was freezing, and there's not a whole lot to do in Winnipeg. So I was cleaning my apartment, and I got to the windowsills, and I noticed that in the dust in the windowsills, there was this little cactus. It couldn't have been more than a ½ an inch long, but it was rooting in the dust. Life finds a way. Every day, walking on our road in New Mexico, I see feats of life. Piñons growing in the cracks of cliffs, wild morning glories wrapping themselves around Apache plume, coyotes and jackrabbits making a living in the high desert, beetles, a 330 million-year-old species, 25% of the biomass on this planet scuttling across the road. Of course, the idea that life finds a way is a double-edged sword. Viruses that have been around for hundreds of millions of years are constantly trying to find a way to replicate and spread. What I want to talk about today is how that applies to us. Life finds a way also means that we've evolved to survive and even thrive in difficult times. Now, sometimes we forget this. The fact is, historically, we live in extraordinarily comfortable times, especially in the first world, and we forget that we're tough and resilient. We look around and we wonder if we've gone soft, but we haven't. The truth is that the resilience, the kind of grittiness and toughness is always there. The fact is, we just haven't been tested. The pandemic was a test, and I would wager that many of us found out that we were more patient, more creative, and tougher than we ever believed we could be. Why is this so? Because life finds a way. We find a way to get through tough times. As we emerge, hopefully, from the worst of the pandemic, it's important to remember two thoughts. First of all, the pandemic taught us and retaught us that life is difficult, life is hard, life is full of surprises. Life is like going down the rapids. It's full of unforeseen obstacles, rocks, and churning water. And second, we can find a way. We evolved to be tough. We evolved to go down the rapids. There's not a prize at the end. It's the journey that's the gift. I have often accused, especially by my family, of being dark, which is to be expected, I suppose, by someone who was raised Catholic, went to a predominantly Jewish grade school, and then ended up being a firefighter for 30 years. Yet I am gobsmacked every day, amazed and joyful if I pay attention to the life around me, to watching life finding a way, the birds preparing for autumn, our dog's excitement to walk in the morning, our grandson finding his voice. These seem like small things, but this is where joy is found. Give me these kinds of moments as I run my rapids, and I'll be content. So be brave, be kind, and fight fires. I have a quick housekeeping note. If you're sick of social media, but would still like to get these videos, you can subscribe to my newsletter. Just email me at hirsch.wilson@mac.com, and I'll put that email up at the end. I only send them out every 2 weeks or so. I promise not to abuse the privilege, and I would love to have you as part of my community. So thank you very much. See you next week.